Hi, this is Catherine again from Better Growth. This is going to be a fairly quick one, but I do want to show you today how to layer images within Replo. So one great use case for this is to add badges on top of images. So say you have a final call to action section where you really want to emphasize certain benefits, but maybe you don't have space for it in the text, or you really want to draw attention in a way that visually pops. So you can add a badge, you can add other versions of the product, cut out images, really anything that you want on top. So what you're going to do is first select the image, and we need to add, or rather create, a container from the image. So we're going to right click, hit group into container. And sometimes this messes with the width or the height a little bit, so we're just going to select that image again. Oops. And make sure that we select the right container. Okay, and you can click around a little bit and see which one is wrapping content. The other two are already full width, so let's hit fill available width, and that looks correct. So from here, we're going to go to components, drag an image component into this container. Okay, it'll look a little weird again, no worries, we can fix that. We're just going to select an image, and I have a pre-created discount badge right here. And what's going to allow us to overlap is to go down to positioning here and select relative to container. Okay, and then just to fix this one up again, we'll select the image, make sure that it is filling available width. Okay, and from here, we can change the size of the badge, which I'm going to do because it's a little bit small and not super readable. So let's try 200. All right, I think that works for our purposes. Scroll back down. We have this in the top left relative to the container it's in. So maybe I want to put it in the bottom left. So I'll select there. Of course, you can mess around with this to put it in any fixed position that you want, but then the cool thing that you can do is offset it from the bottom. So if you want to raise it up a little bit, or if you want it to be closer to the middle, again, you can play around with this however you'd like. Oh, and I put that right in the middle. Let's put it back to the left. You can also do this by percentages. So if you only want to offset a little bit, let's try 2%, 2%. So that sort of makes it a little bit more consistent if you want it to be responsive to screen size. Sort of keeps it in relatively the same area. Okay, so you want to add more than one badge or image on top of this existing background image. The easiest way to do this really is to select your existing image and actually just duplicate it. So you won't be able to see it right now because it's in the exact same position, but let me just move the other one to the top so we can see the two different image containers we're working with. And maybe we want to add another visual of the product, for example. So I'll probably want this on the right so that it's more visible. And let's center align it. And again, we can just play with the size here until this feels reasonable. Okay, so say that I get it to a height that I like, but now it is a little bit too far over to the left for me. Even though it is fully right aligned, we can go ahead and sort of manually adjust and setting that right offset to negative will allow us to bring it a little bit farther to the right. And then if you want to get a little bit fancy, one cool effect that you can use is 2D/3D transform. So say I want to tilt this badge a little bit. I'm going to go to transform. I'm going to go to rotate, and then under Z, I'm just going to play around with this until I get it into a position that I like. Okay. So we'll go right back there. And I think that I want it tilted just a bit in towards the content, but not so tilted that it looks a little bit off. So that looks decent, but I want to adjust it a tiny bit more. So I'm going to do that manually here rather than just dragging. Okay. So you can just add or subtract however many degrees feels appropriate to get you into the right position here. And yeah, that is really it. So I hope that this one was helpful. The process for mobile is going to be very much the same as for desktop here. And if you would like to format them differently on desktop and mobile, you can actually view one of our earlier videos on creating a navigation bar for mobile within Replo, which shows you how to take an existing desktop section, duplicate it for mobile, and then change the visibility so that that's only visible on mobile and the desktop version is only visible on desktop. That's an easy shortcut for responsiveness if you're not able to edit a section so that it works size-wise and layout-wise in both desktop and mobile. All right, thank you so much.